So the reason why I said relax is because today you're taking a common assessment and I'm gonna give you instructions since I'm not around. And yes, it is something you should take very seriously because this is going to be an assessment that's going to be shared not only with all the teachers that are around, but also with administrators. And yes, it's going to be a part of your final grades for your fourth quarter report card. I want you to chill because I'm confident in the assessments that you have done prior that you know this standard, so it's not a big deal. And by the way, yes, I'm at home. This is what my house looks like. For those of you that like to stalk me, stop stalking, it's weird. So the standard that you are going to be addressing today is the civic standard, going back to Japanese internment, on how individuals and groups have stood up to promote the rights or protect the rights and promote the common good. If you think back to Japanese internment, the majority of you focused on the Japanese individual who evaded internment and in turn sued the United States government in the Supreme Court. That was a prime example of how an individual was standing up for the rights of all people, not just Japanese people, but all people in the world, and was really bringing awareness to internment. Now, on the flip side, there was a group that was looking to protect the rights and promote the common good, and that was the United States government. Now, their position was that they were looking to protect Japanese citizens, protect them from harm, protect the rights of all individuals, and to protect any kind of attacks that could have happened from the Japanese. Now, we can get back and forth if the Americans were doing the right thing, if it's the government's role to protect the citizens, or is it the government's role to protect and uphold the Constitution? Not gonna get into that. So today you are going to be focusing on two individuals, Alice Paul, who you remember from that time in history called women's suffrage, and then also from current times, a young girl by the name of Malala. Both of them have done some incredible things, and what you're going to do is you're going to go through all the resources for each individual. There are 3 different resources for Alice Paul, and there are 3 different resources for Malala. What I want you to do is go through them, and you are going to take notes on each individual. You are going to look for examples of how they fought to promote or protect our rights and promote the common good. Now, you guys, the best way to take notes as you're going through the sources is to take a piece of paper. You want to fold it in half, kind of like how I did. You can see the crease. And then on one side of the paper, write Alice Paul, and on the other side, write Malala. Now, you're going to be going through 3 resources from each person. I want you to review all 3 resources. I want you to look for examples of how Alice Paul fought to promote or protect the rights of all people, not just women, but all people. And then the same thing for Malala. How did Malala go about protecting the rights and promoting the common good for all people? You're going to write your reason and your evidences and your examples on your piece of paper. Make sure you break it out. One side Alice Paul, the other side Malala. Now, the last part of this assessment is when you are going to be writing your tikas. You're going to get a graphic organizer in which you can organize your information. I would like you to write 2 different tikas. One on Alice Paul, the other one on Malala. Please remember, you have to answer the essential question and provide a reason. Then you have to provide me a specific piece of evidence. Please do not forget to list your sources. Simply saying something like an article or a video is not a source. You must tell me who wrote the article and the title of it, or who produced the video and the title of it. That's a correct source. Please make sure your evidence proves your reason, and then in the end, your analysis is going to go back and explain how your reason or how your evidence proves your reason. As always, your analysis is the longest part of your essay. After you're done organizing all of your information in your graphic organizers, you are going to be taking your information and adding it onto paper itself. So you will not be allowed to submit just the graphic organizers as your TICA. You're going to take your information from your organizer and you're going to add it to paper to have your final essay done. And that will be the essay that I share with teachers from across the district and with administrators. Best of luck, and I really look forward to reading your essays. Please use the time that's being provided to you to your advantage. You are getting a lot of time, so I expect great things.